So before the interview starts, a few things I got to say is that I want to thank MiniToon once again for going and doing this interview, even though he didn't have to. And I've been saying thank you to him a lot in the DMs. Like I said, thank you, MiniToon, for being part of the interview and doing an interview for 2 hours. Like, my God. But yeah, thank you, man, for doing the interview. Another thing I want to mention during the interview is that Error is going to be giving her clarifications by DMs. So pretty much it's MiniToon's request for her to do that, because MiniToon kind of forgot a few things, and he doesn't remember entirely of the whole situation with Captain and her. So she is there to give clarification on some things. So it's by MiniToon's request, and not only that, MiniToon, Error, and me, we're all friends. We're not exposing each other or anything. We're all friends. She's just here to help us out in the interview, because we do get things wrong. None of us are perfect. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So enjoy the interview. One last announcement. I know, I'm sorry. This is the last one, I promise. Is that if you have not watched the Captain Rise and Downfall video, I 100% recommend watching that. And the reason for that is because if you don't watch it, you're going to be really confused on what me and MiniToon are talking about. So just go down in the description below, click the link, and watch the entire video so you're caught up on this entire situation. So just wanted to bring that up. Just like I told Captain when I done the interview with him, I'm just mostly looking for answers. I'm not going to argue in this interview with you or anything about any of your answers, because I'm mostly...
Oh, no, that's okay. By all means, do so. If you disagree or you think I'm, lying, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm serious. Go for it.
Okay.
I don't mind. So.
But yeah, so I'm going to ask you about the Error situation and Captain. So yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna start with Error first. So, why did you date Error despite her being 13, or did you not know her age at all?
She was Well, we're already jumping into it, aren't we?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then she has lied about her age to me, and I can go back and get screenshots if you'd like.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure if you asked her as well, yeah, she would.
She told me
confirm that, but
she told me that she told you her real age. I'm 100% sure she told me.
I don't recall, but I'll have to check back if you'd like.
You can go ahead and check. I'm gonna check check where she said that. I'm pretty sure she told me. She told said that she was her real age.
That hit me like a truck. I genuinely don't remember. I thought she was 15, but I'll hit her up.
I know Captain was lying because Error she we called on the Discord. She shared screen and she made sure the DMs were real and showed me. And yeah, during the beginning of their conversation, she told Captain that she was 13. So
okay, no, sorry. Okay, so she did. However, that's what caused us to break up, because I said I'm not comfortable with that, and I have the screenshots for that. So that's why we broke up. Sorry, it's been such a long time.
It's fine.
Yeah, I can send that to you.
All right.
I'll have to go through it. But yeah, so I was 17 at the time, so I was a minor, and I was under the impression that she was 15. So still, a strange age gap, but nothing illegal. So we were both minors at the time, and then when she revealed her true age, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I can keep this going, because not only for my sake and my reputation, but also because when you're that young, you don't fully understand life yet. And even I still, like my age right now, I don't fully understand life yet. And the concept of love is just forming. All we've known of it at that age is through, I don't know, I would say the media, like movies and TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
And when you're at that age, sometimes you might get desperate because you don't know what it's like to feel in love. Mm-hmm. And you might do crazy things for it. Maybe date someone much older, maybe go for someone much younger, and it's really scary at that time. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really encourage it to have such an age gap, but also younger people. I don't recommend dating. This is my advice. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but you're still figuring life out. Your brain is still developing. And even to this day, I'm still trying to figure out my life out. It might take me a lifetime, but like at that age, especially. So, anyways, that's my little philosophy on that.
Yeah, like I agree with you. I feel like you should date like, older people and not younger people. Because like you said,
Yeah.
your brain is still developing. You don't know much. But the
Mhm.
thing I'm disagreeing with you is you say you don't know where your life is at the moment. I was like, bro, you own
Oh, sorry.
Piggy. You own Piggy. You got a Bloxy reward. You got like a lot of fans.
Well, here's the thing. I still don't know where my life is going to take me from here.
Okay.
Like maybe I don't know. Anything can be lost in the blink of an eye, just as anything can be gained. And that's
Okay.
essentially what happened with Piggy. I got everything so quickly. And thankfully, it was, after I decided I want to change as a human being. Because in 2017 to 2019, I made all sorts of stupid decisions. I'm pretty sure anyone can account for that.
Mm.
All sorts of ridiculously dumb things. I was a kid. I have no any better. I can attribute a lot of it to Containment Breach because that was my first experience with success, I guess, if you can call it that. And I didn't know how to properly deal with having power. Once again, if you can consider that power, like it was my first experience, so I had no idea what on earth to do with it and how to deal with it, how to manage people, how to deal with stuff like trolls and like criticism and all that stuff. Like I was a noob at it, and I had no idea what to do. So by the time eventually that Piggy came around, I was like, or right before Piggy, I wanted to change. I didn't want to be who I once was. I wanted to clear my name of all the stupid stuff I did in the past, like banning random people because they disagreed over pineapple pizza with me, all sorts of stupid stuff like that. And when Piggy came around, I saw that as my chance to learn all the lessons that I've learned of the past and become someone better. So.
Yeah. Like at least you handled, your stuff better than Captain did. I hope that makes you feel better. You did way better than
Yeah,
what Captain did.
yeah. Well, I even today I'm still making mistakes. It's smaller than before, obviously, but we make mistakes to learn from them. If we didn't make
Yes.
mistakes, we would be either really dumb or really perfect and never learn anything. And I don't think there'd be really much of a point to life if everyone was perfect. Because you don't learn anything, and learning is actually fun. Maybe not, school learning, but like learning about people, learning about experiences and stuff like that. Sorry, this is getting really deep, but
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, like when Captain first got taste of fame and money, like he told me that, it just felt like he wanted to be worshipped and stuff like that. Like,
oh,
yeah, like that's what he told me and stuff. And
honestly, I won't disagree with that. Saying I don't know if he specifically said worshipped, but if he said that, that's a little strange. I wouldn't
that's
go
what he
for that
said, worship.
terminology. I wouldn't go for that terminology. Um, but when you reach that high for the first time, you feel like you're the stuff. Like you're the center of attention, and it,
Mm.
it it feels great until you realize all of the hardships that come with it, because it's not an easy task. You have to take a big responsibility
Mm-hmm.
because you are held in such a high regard. You have to make sure that everyone who looks up to you or you have to make sure that you do right because of everyone that looks up to you.
Yes.
Because if you don't, then you're gonna have a bunch of followers that might grow up to be very toxic or whatever. You kind of have to be a parent in a way and set a
Absolutely.
good example for those who follow you. So,
Absolutely.
which is something I did terribly wrong in Containment Breach in early years. I'm gonna say that a lot. So just
Okay.
warning. But I think I've gotten better at it since, and I think Piggy being my second chance at it has really helped me out. So
That's good. Yeah, you see that DM screenshot I sent you? Yeah, I told
uh,
you I wasn't lying.
I don't know how you're able to multitask by like talking to me and searching through DMs
Oh,
and
I can
stuff
do
like that
it.
and
I
getting
did it with
screenshots.
Captain.
But I wish I had the talents that you do. In fact, I'll keep looking for that screenshot, but
But yeah,
I'm terrible at multitasking, so may be like 15 minutes in. Just a little warning.
um, but yeah, he was like, it makes me greedy and feeling worship. That's insane. Yep. Like I said, Captain didn't take fame and greed in a good way, you know. That's because he got to the point where that's all he cared about, which is not something you want to do because you know if you care mostly about money and fame, you just push everybody else out of your way and
Mhm.
just don't care about them and stuff. Because that's what he did to me. Because I don't know if you know, but me and
Really, I
Cap,
thought you guys were great friends.
we were best friends at one point, but it just didn't work out very well. It's a bit long story, but it didn't
Yeah,
work
well,
out.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'd be willing to listen sometime, but I don't think now would be the best time still.
Yeah. I was put in depression after that, so
Oh, are you
yeah.
still feeling
No.
that way or?
No, I've moved on, you just gotta accept what happened and move on,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do really.
Well, that's the thing, you can't let the anchors of the past hold you back. You got to
Exactly.
start moving forward. So,
Yeah.
I sent you a screenshot because I believe I can't remember what the context was, but I think you'd be interested in seeing it. Some
Okay.
sort of age prank. I think she lied. She said she was younger, and
Mhm.
then she took it back after and considered it an age prank. And you can see how I react. I don't want any part in this. I just want to stay friends. So
That's good.
yeah, I'll look for like when it actually happened. I'll have to do a bit more digging, but that should help put things a little bit better into perspective. So
Okay. Um, did you, do anything inappropriate with Era?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Um, once again, I'd have to look back,
Alright.
but I was young and stupid. So if I did, then I will take responsibility for that. That would be my fault. Even if it was consensual, it wouldn't be because we're both underage. And we're both minors, so
Okay.
would have been stupid. But
Um,
I have, however, um, claimed that I was asexual to her. So even if I was, I had no interest in it personally. I still
mhm.
am to this day. I think sex just attributes to hedonism, and it's I don't know. It's not my thing. It
Okay.
just doesn't feel right because if I'm doing it, it's to make babies. It's not for pleasure or anything. It has its purpose,
Yeah.
and that's the way I see it. So.
Okay. Well, Era told me because I asked her that question, "Did you do anything inappropriate?" She told me no, that it was mostly Romeo and Juliet type relationship, no inappropriate
Yeah.
things.
Well, I believe so too. Once again, I don't remember. I said a lot of stupid things back then, so it
Mm.
was a lot of years ago. And if you were to ask me, for example, anything that happened prior to the whole error situation about Captain, I wouldn't be able to remember because the amount of things that have happened between now and then, or between then and now, has been so plentiful that a lot of stuff has just gotten out of my memory on top of all the things I got to keep inside my head, from my friggin' business to my jobs and all that. It's a lot of info to keep in, and a lot of stuff just disappears. But I don't believe we have. Um, so I'll stick by error, but I don't remember to be honest. So.
Okay. Um, do you think dating her will cause any problems, like people knowing that you dated a minor?
Well, I was a minor at the time too, and we broke up before I became an adult. So I
Okay.
don't think so. I know people will, find the age gap weird, and I do too, to an extent. I didn't at the time, but now, I was careless and young, so I really, it didn't matter to me as long as I found someone that I really connected with. That was good enough for me.
Okay.
Until the whole age prank thing, quote unquote, happened. That was like, nope, I'm not. I'm not doing this. So.
Okay. Um, do you know the age of consent laws?
In Canada, let me see. I'm Canadian, by the way. So, It is 16. So
Okay. Yeah, the United States is different than Canada.
well, I'm sure for every state it's got a different one. There's no way anyone
Yeah.
would be able to memorize it. So
Um,
I'm surprised if you know your own states, assuming you're American.
I am American. So was you aware that people was going at Era and calling her a slut, a gold digger for dating you?
I I don't remember if I was aware, but I wouldn't be surprised due to the amount of people who have done that to previous, maybe not even love interest, but friends of mine. You know, a lot of people would just say they would. A lot of people would come up to me saying my friends are using me and doing this, and in some cases it was true. But you know, if you accuse everyone of being a gold digger, eventually you're gonna get one right. You know, so I don't think she was. I think we were just great friends, and honestly, I feel like she has also um, denied because I like giving things. I like giving things. I think it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
And you might have heard all sorts of stories about me giving stuff to people.
I did.
Maybe. So I just enjoy doing it, and it's mostly me offering it. I don't think she's ever asked anything of me. So I think it was, if not just me offering her these things, then it was me most of the time. So I don't think she was either of those things.
Because I read the DMs and stuff. Pretty much what happened was you gave her, I think it was a face that was very valuable, and Captain gave her something that was very very valuable. And when
Mhm.
he found out that she was dating you, that's when he got upset and was going on DMs and calling her a bunch of shit, and then
Oh
sent
no,
he
no, I gave her my thing willingly. You know, she didn't even ask for it. Well, maybe she asked for it like as like a want, but not like, can you get this for me? It's like, oh, I would like to have this someday. You know, so
well, Captain didn't take it too kindly because
yeah,
he felt like she betrayed him.
or
And
used them in some sort of way.
yeah,
Yeah.
so not only he attacked her, but he sent his fans or friends to go after her. That's why they called her a slut and a gold digger and shit.
Uh, I'm sorry to hear that for her.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
Witch hunting just sucks, no matter the context. I would say.
Exactly.
Well, maybe not. No matter the context. There's some times when witch hunting is a good thing, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a time and place for it. So
hmm
this was not one of them.
Was you aware that Captain was trying to get Era to break up with you?
I think so. I think Era has told me this. I don't
Yeah.
remember the exact details. I'd have to actually look back. I'm gonna say that a lot. Sorry, it's
I
been
mean, I
so long. It's
remember it.
been
I can describe what's
yeah,
happened.
sure. If you would like to, that would help.
Okay,
'Cause it's
so
been like 3 years or so, or 2 years. I don't know.
that's fine. So from what I remember, like Captain was wanting Error to break up with you, and he said that, hey, if you don't break up with him, I'm blocking you, and we're not being friends no more. And Error was trying to wonder why, like why, what's the big deal,
Yeah.
and that's when Captain just pulled the plug and said, we're done, that's it, we're done with each other.
So now it's coming back to me.
Yeah.
Now that you mention that, because I remember at the time, maybe this is my interpretation is different from others.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember at the time when that was happening, I feel like he was telling me things about Error that were untrue. I can't remember, but if that wasn't the case, then also Error was also telling me about this stuff. And I think what it is it's because he felt betrayed in a
Yeah.
way, and he also felt that she might confide some of the information that he's, or some of the stuff that they've done together to me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like she might tell me what happened between them, and I guess that fear kind of wanted him to cut us, cut the communication between us.
Yeah. Because yeah, Captain was so paranoid that he literally forced Error to make a promise to not say anything about all of that, the stuff they did together. Like he
I
literally
don't
forced her.
remember. Yeah, I don't think she's told me all, but I've heard enough to know that it wasn't very healthy.
It wasn't.
So
It was
Yeah.
literally one-sided.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah.
sucks, man. It sucks. Love, you have to find someone that can make you feel the same way that they make you feel, or like
Mhm.
the feeling has to be mutual. You have to feel the same way about someone that they feel about you. You have to find someone that can bring you up, because if you're with someone that just brings you down and nothing but it, then it's what's the point? What purpose does it serve? You gotta be happy.
Yeah, exactly. It can't be one-sided, one person can't
Mhm.
be happy and you just be in that relationship, be like, I'm not happy at all."
Yeah, because that's not a relationship. That's like, it's closer to slavery.
Exactly.
Maybe, yeah, because like you're becoming a slave to their emotions. And it
Exactly.
sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, you can see where where that poor girl's been through.
I know. Oh my goodness. Nobody should go through this. This sucks.
Yeah.
You go in with this idea of being in love and being super happy with this person, and then you end up feeling nothing but controlled and used and just like a puppet for someone else's goals. Like it's awful. It
It,
sucks.
it's really awful. Um so when Captain was messaging you about errors, so now we're gonna be talking about where he was DMing you, telling you that, he was lying, no, she was lying about her age and everything. She was lying about her age and that she was using you and all that. What were your thoughts when he was telling you all of this?
I don't remember too much, but the age thing. I don't. Did he delete his account? Because I would like to go back and
Yeah, he deleted his account, but I can tell you what his
hang it.
deleted account is.
Yeah, that would be great. Because then I can actually look through and see my reaction. Because I don't remember.
Okay, so here
Yeah.
is where you could type in the search bar.
Once again, sorry. I wish I could be more useful for my
It's fine. It's fine, man.
poor methods. I'm gonna keep apologizing though. It's
it,
in my blood. How
it's
do I even
fine.
find this? By the way, how do I?
You just go to find and start a conversation. You just type in or
Uh,
copy and paste that, and should be your first result.
no. I guess he like blocked me or something on it before
I
doing
mean,
so,
I
but I
have
can't
the
find them.
DMs thanks to Error. So,
Oh yeah, well sweet. Like the ones for me or
the ones between
directed to
you
me.
and
Or...
Captain.
Yeah, okay. If you could just post that instead.
My favorite thing about that conversation between you and Captain is how you called him out for him messing with the 12-year-old.
Like, what do you mean? Oh,
Because he was like, don't you know that messing with a 12-year-old would make you look bad and stuff? Like, I'm glad that I'm glad you know that. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
yeah. So if yeah, I guess it would be a double-edged sword if she was, but I gotta
Yeah,
have to scroll
this is what
through.
you said. You said if what you say is true and she's really is 12, wouldn't flirting with her make you look bad? I don't recall, but I have asked her sometimes.
It's really funny that I say that too, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that she never told me that, and I guess that's enough proof for me. But I'll keep looking. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I guess I have some reason to like my past self then. Uh, oh, sorry, my audio cut out. What'd you say?
I said this is long. You guys had a long conversation.
Yeah. Something I you can notice though in the way he's messaging is just because you can see kind of the desperation a bit
Yeah.
in how he's speaking, specifically in the earlier or like the top messages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really like after all ever just them two are not friends anymore. He just at this point he kind of wanted to ruin her by going telling you to break up with her and stuff. That's
Yeah,
just how
no, I know.
Captain is. Well, that's all of it.
What's yeah, something I really
But yeah, so when Captain was messaging you about all those DMs right there I send you, what was your thoughts? With it.
well, at that point I knew he was desperate because of everything Era had told me. If she didn't tell me anything about Captain, I doubt that I would have many doubts. But
Mm-hmm.
because she's told me everything, um I know he's manipulative, because she
Very
told me that.
manipulative.
And for that reason, I took everything he said with a very small grain of salt.
Mm.
And I didn't really believe anything of what he said. And every time I had something to, I don't know, like you can see it in my words, like the things I say. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really taking in what he's saying, or I guess.
So you thought maybe he was just trying to get you to break up with her, and
Oh,
that's it.
absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to read through it and process my thoughts at the same time. But I don't know if what I'm saying is accurate because it's been so long. I'm trying to remember what I was feeling at the time. But I knew for a fact that he was trying to mess with me in some way and try
Okay.
to get us to separate. So,
Okay. Um. So, Era talked a little bit about Captain to you, right?
yeah, yeah.
What did she talk about?
Um, well, first and foremost, that he was manipulative in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to go through our DMs again and see what we were talking about, but the hell is wrong with me? Sorry, I just
You read something and you're like, what?
let me just send this without any context. I think it's
All
pretty
right.
funny.
What if Captain fell in love with you? That would be great.
Yeah, what is wrong with me? Anyways,
Oh man.
um,
I don't know. I guess that was a little joke you wanted to do.
I guess so.
We got a little comedian here.
I don't know how I feel about that one though. Um, so something I've gathered from this screenshot that I just got is that he cheated on her. I don't know if that was true, or at least
It's
suspected
true.
her of cheating. Yeah. Well, here this is something that she mentioned. It gives away that he was very protective.
Like, was she cheating on him? No, but did he cheat on her? Yes.
Yeah, no, I know he suspected her of cheating, but I know people suspect things of such when they're usually committing the crime themselves.
Yeah.
So, or when the perpetrators, I guess it's not too much of a crime, is it? But maybe not in the U.S., but it certainly is somewhere. But yeah, I'm trying to look for like the specific parts, but I know from this alone that I gathered that he suspected her of doing such, and also was very protective.
Yeah.
So.
Even though he did the same thing himself.
Yeah. Well, that's typically what would happen, I would think. If they're cheating, then they get paranoid that they might get caught. So they reflect that. I took a class in psychology. I don't remember the specific term, but I know it's something that they use. They reflect this onto someone else and project their emotions to try and cope and also get away from it. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. I found a very um
Is it called gaslighting? Is that what you mean?
I believe so. Yeah, that's the term that I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
where you deflect blame to another person.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that would be it.
gaslighting is what it's
That's
called.
it. That's it. Thank you for that. Looks like you remember more of psychology class that I took than me.
I never took psychology class.
Nah, you were there. You
It's
were
called
there. I'm
Google.
kidding. That's the only psychology class someone needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I found a very interesting photo. Um, I'll ask if I can send this first
Yeah.
from there because if it's too far, then I don't want to send it. But
Yeah. Like I gotta block your name and block her name from the DMs too, because I don't want people, going and aggravating you or anything.
oh, that's okay. That's okay. I've had nuclear warfare with basically everyone on the internet already. So
Yeah, I remember when I first released the video, people were asking me if that was really the real MiniToon. I was like, I'm sure it is. I know that Aaron wouldn't be using a fake MiniToon account or anything.
no, I wouldn't have been big enough back then.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like
now. I'm sure somewhere in the dark corners of the internet, there's some inspect element of me saying like some racist stuff, but
like how I knew it was you, like you're the real thing, was I looked at your mutual friends and you were friends with Albert, and I was like, yeah, that's him, because I'm friends with Albert as well. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey, congrats.
I mean, we don't talk on a daily basis. Yeah, I just sent him pork.
Neither do I.
But he was pretty funny though. When he was raging at a horror game, it was pretty funny.
He always is. Let's be honest. She said yeah, so I don't know if, like I said, I can share it to you, but I don't know if it's if you can post it. But here's something that it's a little interesting.
Yeah, I kind of expect him to. Yeah, he literally said that to another minor, Angela, where he wanted him to be a sex slave to him and stuff. Like, yeah,
Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird.
it's weird, man. Like, it's really weird.
It's just seeing women as like objects or property. It's not seeing them as human beings with like emotions and
Exactly.
feelings. And it's
Like when I talked to Angela, because me and Angela did an interview, and I told him.
sorry, who's Angela?
It's the last minor that he dated before he finally got exposed.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so I did an interview with Angela, and I talked to Angela. The biggest trait with Captain is that he likes to make the people around him feel really good, like they feel special, so he can get what he wants from them. At the very end of the day.
Yeah. Well, that's manipulation.
Yeah,
You get what you
manipulation
want
as
from
fuck.
them by giving them what they want, I guess. And
Exactly.
I don't know.
Are you still reading the DMs?
Oh no, sorry, I'm just thinking. And I was
Okay.
responding to Eric. She asked why, and I just said because he wanted to know what you told me about Captain. So
Okay, I was just making sure.
yeah.
So let's see. I think that's all I have for the error situation. So I guess we can move on to Captain now himself.
Yeah, this might be even harder to remember.
Okay.
Because like I said, anything before the error situation with Captain, I've gone from my memory forever. But if you could give me little bits and pieces as you have been doing, thank you so much. That would be great. That'd be great.
This one's gonna be hard because he barely talked about it with me. So this is a hard one. So
Yeah, go for it.
Why do you and Captain hate each other so much?
So I don't actually. Well, I don't really hate him personally. I really despise what he's done. I think he's just like I said at the beginning. He's a very talented individual, just strayed in a wrong path.
Exactly.
And I feel like he had potential to be much better, and he still does. He can. I still believe people can change. I don't. It's going to be significantly harder now, obviously. But I still think he's very talented, and I think in the future, moving forward, he can definitely maybe not be like this is obviously a stain that's going to stay with him forever.
Exactly, because he did ghost his entire community. He literally didn't care about his community at all, and he didn't really.
Yeah. But I think he has an opportunity still to, like, with his talents, to change for the better and become a better version of himself and learn from these mistakes. Cancellation is it's obviously shunned by a lot of people, but I think it's a good thing too, because it teaches them what they did was wrong, and they can use those lessons to become a better person. So
okay,
that's how I see it. I've never really hated him on a personal level. I just hated the things that he's done. I don't, I don't really hate people, so to speak. I hate their actions, the things that the things that they do. As I've said, I repeat myself a lot, don't I? Yeah, because every human has like potential to be an amazing person. They just have to use it, and it's very tragic to hear this is like the path that he chose. But he's still really young too. He's what, in his 20s maybe.
he is
still
21 right now.
Yeah, he's still young. He still has a whole life ahead of him that he can use to maybe not make up for what he's done today, but make a better future for himself and reconcile at least on a personal level with what he's done. So I think the reason why people such as yourself may see it as we hate each other is probably more from his side, from
Yeah, because
him, what he was saying about me. Yeah,
yeah,
because
because
I honestly, after, oh, sorry, I'll let you explain.
uh so yeah, because I got like he's talked about you a lot in my DMs and stuff. He's like
Uh,
he's there's another question I'll be asking you pretty soon about this, but yeah, he would always try to hurt you in many ways he can possibly can. And I asked him like, I did ask him before why he hate you so much, and he never answered, but yeah, like he always talked about you in my DM, so I don't know what happened. But
yeah, I've never had a reason to personally hate him. I think it's more secondhand hatred, I guess, through error.
yeah,
It's not my place to hate someone because he hasn't really hurt me, well, directly, personally, indirectly probably because he's been trying to, organize these little things, apparently, supposedly, allegedly behind my back.
yeah.
I honestly haven't really talked about him at all ever since I left Air. I think that was, I don't think I've ever even mentioned his name. I've heard some rumors pop up like again after about me from him.
I will
But
talk about that with you pretty soon because I
sure,
know that.
yeah. But I honestly at that point I didn't even respond. I didn't care because I knew at that point he was just doing it
Get your
to
attention.
get my attention and probably best case scenario for him bring out the worst in me and me
Yeah,
do like some retaliation thing and we do this little game of his where we just play around, exposing each other or whatever.
that's what
It was just a stupid game and I didn't want to play any of it. So
that's what he did to me. Just letting you know, that's what he did
I'm
to me.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, like after we unfriended each other, like he literally went into his call with a bunch of his friends and started talking a lot of shit about me. And I literally got attacked by his fans in a game because I was playing a game and they literally came in and started harassing me with a bunch of shit that wasn't even true. Like 75% of it was not true, while 25% of it was true because just like you said, we make mistakes. We do
Mhm.
things and stuff because for me, MiniToon, I was an asshole. I did Captain dirty a few times.
Yeah, we all were. We all were.
And I
Welcome to
did,
the club.
yeah, and I did threaten him a few times and stuff. Because I have an anger issue. When I get really pissed off, I say things I don't want to say. But like I said,
Yeah,
nobody's
no.
perfect. It just
Exactly.
happens.
We
So,
make mistakes to learn from them. Thank
ex-
God we're not perfect because it would be the most boring world possible.
uh,
Yeah, I'm glad I make mistakes because then I know how to improve as a person. So,
yeah. Um. So, who was your old girlfriend before you dated Era?
I couldn't tell you. Do
Uh,
you know?
I
Out of
think.
curiosity or no?
Was her name Stealth? Is that her
Think
name?
so.
Stealth. Okay.
Stealthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're great friends. We still talk to this day.
Okay. Did Captain try to steal her from you?
I don't think so. No,
Oh.
never really. Why?
Okay. Let me give you a big long post. Now, I talked to some of your friends, and they said you didn't make this, but I just want to be clear. I just want you to clarify if you did or didn't.
Sure.
So there was a long post that Captain sent to me, and I was wanting to know if it was from you, and if it was, it's really sad. I'll give you tell you that.
Oh, yeah. This was me. This is going to be very personal though. What I'm about to share with you.
Okay. You want me
It's
to
up
cut
to
it
you
out?
if you want to post it, but
You want me
I
to
won't.
cut it out from the video? It's your
I
choice,
would
man.
prefer it if you do, but I won't force you. If you
I
want
will cut
to,
it
go
out.
ahead. But
I'll cut it out.
yeah, yeah. As far as anyone knows, this wasn't by me, but this was before Stealthy. This was when I was much younger. I don't know, I online dated some girl. And she was very manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at some point, I really suspected her of cheating on me with Captain.
Yeah.
And they both assured me that that was not happening. That was not the case. And I wrote this this entire thing as like an apology, only to find out right after that he did. So this whole thing was for nothing. Yeah, all
Yeah,
this was just a slap in my face. So
yeah, because Captain, there was another DM I got to show you because he talked about it with me. Because
yeah,
he
this
told,
wasn't stealthy though. This was someone else. This was
oh, that was
before
somebody
that.
else.
So
Okay,
this was before that. Yeah,
all right,
no, stealthy's a great person. So
all right. So there was a DM where Captain told me that that her and him played you and lied to you, and I just want to know what your thoughts on that.
I'm not surprised because I knew what happened. I figured it out eventually. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter. It's long gone. It's a scar of the past. But
Yeah.
you know what? I can't dwell on it. I'm happier now. I'm a better person now, and I've learned who to stick with, like what people to stay with.
Yeah.
Hanging out with that crowd back then was terrible,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to surround yourself with positive people, people who bring you up. Because if you're just in a toxic community, then yeah, that's what you're going to turn out to be. You're just going to just be as toxic as everyone else. So
Yeah.
that's why I've distanced myself from my own previous communities. CB and whatever SCP games I've made, like Site 35. I
Yeah.
don't associate myself at all really with those communities anymore. Maybe I'll hop in when like some sort of moderation situation happens, but besides that, I can't. I have a better community now, or maybe not so much better because I guess that's objective or subjective, sorry, but a more positive one, and one that really uplifts me and brings me up just as much as I try to do to them. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy now, and to let these things just come back and hurt me is just stupid. It's done, it's over with, and I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it anymore. So
Mm-hmm. How did you and Captain meet?
I don't even remember. That's way too far back. I feel like it was when I made Containment Breach, but I couldn't tell you. I don't
I
remember.
was thinking maybe Site 35, but I could be wrong too. I'm just
I
taking a guess too.
I don't think I've met like anyone during my Site 35 period, but I could be wrong. I think it was mostly Containment Breach, like when it first began.
Mm-hmm.
Because Site 35, oh, if you looked at the older versions, it was like 3 rooms.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody would have taken that as like a recognition worthy project. So it was a
um.
free model dumpster fire back then. So
Yeah. um. Now, when we were talking about Captain earlier, and you were saying that you heard, allegations, but you didn't respond to them. Well, here you go. Captain said that you were bribing women and you were doing disgusting things with them.
that was the one. That was the one I heard. That one's so funny. That one's my favorite.
I didn't think it was true. I was like, this ain't true. There's no way.
Well, if you had any doubts, go talk to Eric.
I already did. I already talked to
Exactly.
Eric.
Yeah.
I talked to
Yeah.
her and I was like, this ain't true, is it? She's like, no, these are just rumors made by Captain to hurt MiniToon. I was like, yeah, I was expecting that.
No, I laughed it off. It's so out of this world, and there's no basis for it. So
Yeah.
like once again, if you doubt anything I say, just go to Eric. Go ask her. So yeah.
um yeah, I liked when when Captain was getting exposed, he would always say, why am I getting targeted? Why am I getting blamed when MiniToon did the exact same thing that I did,
Is he still saying this like to this day, like to this
No,
year?
he's gone. He's left.
Oh,
This
okay.
was during the time he was getting exposed for,
Which when was this?
this was January of last year when he got exposed,
He was
because
still holding on to me back like then at that point.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I feel so sorry that I've hurt him that badly.
Yeah, like he pretty much exposed himself. Nobody exposed him. He kind of just exposed himself because Angela and Captain made their stats saying "I love you" to one another, and everybody knew Angela was 15, so that's when he got called out for it.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, that caused the Discord server to get deleted.
yikes! That's rough.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of things happened.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I'm just really happy I'm past that, and I hope someday you can move past this drama and just
Oh, I'm
unless you
definitely
already
am.
have. But I
Like
mean,
after,
technically not because we're addressing it today. But
I mean, like after this interview, it's over. This is because you're putting the final pieces to the puzzle together now. So this is the end of the talking about this now. So
yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm happy to give out all the information I can give
hmm
about it. So
Like I said, just reading that big long post, it's just like when I read it, it was just so sad reading it to me.
to know that it was for nothing too was oh man,
Yeah, it's like
that
really
pained
sad.
me. Well, I'm happy that today someone knows that not how I felt when I figured it out,
hmm
But it's
Yeah.
okay. Don't feel sad for me. Look at where I am now. I believe good karma happens to those who deserve
I
it.
mean,
So
yeah, you got a popular game, you got a Bloxy reward. Like, yeah, you're doing amazing, man.
I appreciate that. But honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do this without Captain in a way, honestly. Like if it weren't for all these mistakes that I've made and all the stupid things that I've done,
hmm
I wouldn't be where I am. It's the domino effect.
Yeah,
So I'm glad it happened. I don't feel any regret for like I know I've done stupid things, but do I regret it? No, because I wouldn't be here, right? So
exactly. I'd done many mistakes, but at the very end, I became better than what I was in the past.
yeah, and honestly, that should be the goal, becoming a
Exactly.
better version of yourself.
Yeah,
Like, yes, I'm successful, and that's great, but I don't see success as having lots of plays or getting bloxies or whatever. My success is just being happy and making sure that those around me feel the same way. I
well,
think that's the most important thing.
that's good,
So
MiniToon. That's amazing.
I appreciate that.
That's all the questions I have to ask you, MiniToon.
Yeah, well, if you do you have any other like unrelated questions you'd like to ask or
Uh, I do got a question. Like, what inspired you to make Piggy?
this is like the worst story I'm gonna give you. I was like, okay, I want to make a test game to test AI pathfinding
Yeah.
and see what I can do with it. And then I'm like, oh wow, people are actually playing this. And then I sponsored it, and then it just blew up from there. So it was honestly just a test pathfinding game to play with friends. That was it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was I made it in 5 days too. It's not a very hard game to replicate, but you know, it was a lot of fun, and small things like that just can make the biggest difference. So keep
Yep.
that in mind. Start small, and then if it works, then it works. If it doesn't, then just move on to something else small. So
Mm-hmm. Um, you copyrighted, Piggy, right? It's
yeah.
legally owned by you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching Connecto Kitten, and he was showing me this drama where this guy got super pissed at you for copywriting your his game because
I
it's called
honestly
Piggy Smash, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I was a little too strict back then because Piggy was my baby, and like similar to how I handled power in like back in my containment breach days, I know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So in like in the same manner, I wasn't sure how to deal with people making fan games and stuff. So at first, I was just super strict ban hammer like I was with Piggy Smash. But now, if Piggy Smash appeared again, wouldn't care. I think it's, in fact, good because it would bring more attention to the Piggy brand. So that was a mistake of mine. Funny you bring that up.
Yeah. I mean, like when I watched, I was like, I mean, it's Piggy's is owned by MiniToon. He has the rights. He has the right to do that. There's nothing you can't say nothing about
I
it.
know I have the rights, but I still felt like I was being way too strict. So,
Okay.
I see it as a mistake, and I should be
Okay.
more lenient when it comes to things like that. So,
Well, that creator wasn't too happy. He called you a
oh
criminal, a
yeah, no kidding.
thief.
Yeah, and if you delve too deep into their Twitter account, you'd find that they liked some inappropriate posts.
Oh
So
God.
the work was cut out for themselves.
Oh
Um,
God. I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah, no, that's okay. How about you? How are you doing though? How you feeling?
I'm doing amazing, man.
That's awesome to hear. I'm really happy that, because you must have had to deal with this for like every day of your life for some period of time.
Yeah,
So,
like I've been friends with Captain. We had a lot of memories and stuff. We were best friends at one point, but God has he given me a lot of hell at the same time.
yeah.
Because, since, like I said, when he first got fame and money, that's all he cared about. He didn't care about me or anyone else around him. It's just like, I just felt sad, because I've
No,
done,
yeah, for sure. You
because,
felt pushed away and just
yeah, and that might explain the reasons I've done stupid shit in the past, but, um, but yeah, it's just I felt a little pushed away, like you said, and yeah, it upsets me looking back at it today. But at the very end, it's just something I gotta accept and move on. Can't have a
yeah.
big giant weight on my shoulders. I have to let it
Well,
go.
it's sad to look back on, but it's great to know that it's over.
Yeah.
It's a happy thing to look back and see that this is done and dusted. So,
Mm-hmm.